Welcome, Hoardlings, to another Game Hoarder production. We're going to be doing a board game series. This is a complete one-off series we're going to be doing, and we're going to start with one of my favorite games of all time, which is Talisman. You can get this on Steam. I've played this many times with my local group, and it's a lot of fun. So we're going to go ahead and start the game here, and we'll explain everything as we go. Gonna be a lot of intro shit going on. So the object of the game is to reach the crown of command in the center of the board, and then by casting command spells force the other characters to get fucked. To reach the crown, you must first find a talisman card by traveling around the board. The talisman board is split in 3 regions. You start in the outer region and can move in either direction, and across the Storm River is the middle region, and at the center of the board is the inner region. This is our character. Red is strength, craft is blue, life is green, fate is purple, and gold is gold. Next to the character's face is our alignment icon. Evil, red fire, good, white with a yellow triangle, and neutral is the colored swirl. So this druid is neutral, the pirate is evil, the priest is good, and Game Hoarder is the evil assassin. You can view all the cards held by the character by tapping their portrait. And everyone has a different starting location. Every board space will tell you what happens. We can click on that as we go and kind of learn. So you can see here in the city, we can visit the doctor, visit the alchemist, and visit the enchantress. But you have to land on a space. I can't do any of this stuff here because I need to roll the dice first. The pirate over here starts at the tavern. He can get drunk. He basically rolls a die and gets any of these 6 options. The priest is down here at the chapel, same thing. And the druid starts in the forest. Also can roll 6 dice. So let's go over the characters here. The assassin, we can assassinate a character or creature, that's players or monsters. You cannot assassinate when you're attacked. You basically got to get the first strike. When you assassinate, battle takes place as normal, except your victim may not roll a dice to add to the strength. It's a huge advantage. Very good character to start with, and I did it on a random roll. If you win, you must force the loser to lose a life. We cannot take object or gold instead. But this is great against monsters. You cannot assassinate while at the crown of command. And this is our starting attributes. This is the priest. He begins the game with a spell. After rolling dice when praying, he can add 1 to the score. And he can choose to automatically destroy any spirits without resorting to psychic combat. When he destroys a spirit in this manner, he cannot keep the enemy as a trophy, but he can gain a spell. He cannot use weapons during battle. These are his starting attributes. The pirate is from an expansion. He's got a few abilities here. Whenever another character gambles and loses gold to the tavern, it is given directly to the pirate as plunder. When he visits the tavern, he can sell any of the objects or followers on the black market instead of resolving the instructions on the space. And whenever he encounters a stranger, he can immediately press gang them into the crew and take them as a follower. The press gang stranger will add 3 to strength in battle, and then they depart to the discard pile. He cannot, of course, use these as trophies. When he would lose a life in battle, he can instead discard one of the press ganged strangers to prevent the loss of life. And whenever he rolls a 6 for his move, he can sail across the Storm River as if he has a raft. So he's got that advantage of movement. We're going to roll and get a 3. I went ahead and lowered the volume here a little bit as we continue. We have the druid, last but not least. This is a 6-player game, but of course that would take for fucking ever if we added 2 more players, so we're going to stick to a 4-player game. This game takes my group about 10 hours on average to complete with 6 players. I've seen games go 12 to 14 hours, and I've seen games end as quickly as 5 or 6. It just depends on the luck. It's very much a luck-based, card-driven and dice-driven game. It's kind of like a super advanced Monopoly with a fantasy twist, but it's fucking tons of fun if you have the right group. Druid begins the game with a spell, and he can change alignment at will. which means he can use good weapons if he wants or bad weapons if he wants, but if he changes to that alignment, he of course has to lose the opposite alignment type weapons. Whenever he lands in the woods, he can gain his full complement of spells according to his current craft. And he starts with a craft 4, which gives him a couple spells. I believe when he gets a craft 5 or 6, he can get a third spell. You can never have more than 3 spells at once. So I can now move to the plains or the plains. We'll go to move to the plains. And draw our adventure card, and we get a sword. That's a good first card. It's going to give us +1 strength in battle. And you will see this add up here into our objects. You can carry 4 objects at once. Unless you get like a mule, then you can double your objects. So we can see we can expand here. We can spend all the different characters and see what they're holding. And we can always look at cards that we have. Initially, you can only carry 4 objects. If you have more than 4, you have to ditch shit, and it takes the place on the board there. Now, of course, I'm used to playing the actual physical edition of this, of which I have all the expansions. But you can see you can ditch cards there, so some of the rules might be different than what I'm used to. Anyways, we're going to dismiss. We're going to definitely keep that because that sword is going to give us a 4 in combat. And now the priest is going to go. He's going to use divination. He's going to look at the top 5 cards of the adventure deck. At this point, you can see like a timer ticking down to where you can cast counter spells and things like that. So the priest is taking a look at the adventure deck right now, and he's rolling. He got a 1. Now, normally, if you have the Reaper expansion added, you can control the Grim Reaper as well, but we do not have that. This is just the core game that we're playing with. So I figured it'd be fun to do a little bit of a board game series, just as one-offs when I'm all fucked up. Anyways, the pirate decides to fight the druid, and he rolls a 1 versus the druid 6. Pirate is in trouble. He could use fate at this point, but it looks like the druid's going to steal some gold from him. So here's the craft levels. You need 3 to get a spell. I have 3. So I can have 1 spell max. If I go to 4 to 5, I can have 2. And if I get to 6 plus, I can have 3. We now have 5 here. That's not a good roll. We don't want to go to the... Well, the runes are good. They let us draw 2 cards, and the woods let us draw 1. So this is a double-edged sword kind of card area to go to. You can get 2 good cards. But you have to encounter the cards based on initiative. So let's see what we get. A Wraith, 5. That's not good because it's craft. And Solomon's Crown. So we're going to go for it. We're going to hope that... we do okay here. We don't. This isn't strength, so our assassination does not work here. We want to roll like a 5 or a 6, and that gives us 8, and that gives the Wraith 8, which is a tie, which is a draw, which unfortunately is not going to help us. Now I could reroll and try to go for a 6 with my fate, but if I roll a 1 through a 4, I'll end up losing, which is bad. So we're going to just do a standoff. That's going to leave both the cards there. That Solomon's Crown is really good to have for the craft, though. So you can always do the show cards here, and it shows you what's there. That's something that someone else is going to try to pick up. One of these bigger craft guys, like the priest or the druid. But let's see what happens. The pirate ran away like a little bitch. He's going to go visit the mystic, and he's going to try to gamble. He wants a 5 or a 6. He got a 4, and he becomes good. So you see his alignment here just changed from evil to good. The druid Encountered an angel, and he is neutral. He can choose to be good now if he wants. It looks like he stayed neutral and discarded it. It's back to me. Now, I could go fight the druid, but he doesn't really have anything worth taking. However, I could whoop up on him. Let's show you how that goes. And I could steal a health pretty good because I'm the assassin. So we'll encounter him because he will not get to draw. He will not get to roll. Plus, I have the sword. So I'm gonna assassinate, which gives me my die roll, and that means he is fucked because I'm gonna have a 9 and he doesn't get anything, and it will steal a health from him. So he loses a life. You'll see that goes down to 3. I win. And it gives me, actually, I got my assassination achievement. You can always check all the log game actions here. It's not that hard to heal. You like the good guys can go to the chapel and pay gold to heal or heal automatically. The bad guys, I believe, go to the graveyard here and can heal. So we'll see what happens. He's not gonna fuck with me. We're gonna beat up on the druid here. Hopefully he takes damage from the druid. We can beat up on the druid. He rolls like shit though. He used his fate and still lost. So he's probably gonna lose a health here. Yep, you'll see that go down to 3. So these two guys are good to pick on right now. However, it's so early in the game. See, now he can heal. He's gonna heal up. So that whole move that I did, he used his turn to heal back up. Planes. Let's go this way. An enchanter sinks at Able Adventure. To the first character landing here with a craft of 4 or more, which I don't have, he'll grant these wishes. Spell, gold, craft. So yeah. It'd be really good to have that Solomon's Crown right now, because then I would have over 4 craft. But I don't. So honestly, we want to go try to beat that Wraith and get that Solomon's Crown. We need him just to roll shit, and we need to roll good. This is a good space here to up your craft. So he got a bag of gold. That's just a gold piece that he will get. You'll see that gold show up here. I know things are moving fast, but just try to keep up. Drew got another spell and a siren song. All characters are going to lose a turn. That's all of us. So you can see this down here. We're going to all miss a turn because of the siren song. If someone was in the middle of the inner region, they wouldn't have to fucking deal with it. We're going to go pick on the pirate, actually. You know, let's just go ahead and get the space. Holy Lance. Well, no evil character can use it, and we are evil. So that's not a good weapon for us. It's going to have to sit there on the space. Now, the assassin can turn good, but he's got to go here to the mystic and see if he rolls a 4. He'll be a good assassin. And then we can go pick up the Holy Lance. So there's all kinds of strategies and nuances that will affect this game. But still, very much luck-based. The Enchantress is awesome. And the Pirate heals. The AI in this game loves to heal. So honestly, it's not worth trying to attack them too often unless... Here's their first monster here. So it's a 2-2. It's basically roll of the die. hopefully the goblin rolls a 6, which he did, and he's going to beat the fucking druid's ass. You lose, druid. The druid will not get to take his card. So every 7 experience points you get in strength or craft will level you a cone in strength or craft. So say that goblin was a 2, for instance, they would need another strength 5 creature to level up their strength. The forest sucks dick. Unless you roll a 6, it gives you +1 craft. Or I can go to the woods. Let's go there because we get a draw card. And I get a bag of gold, which brings me up to 2 gold. Of course we'll take it. He's going to use a fate. You saw he can move to the inner there. There's a couple ways to move to the middle circle. You can go through the sentinel here, which you have to fight. He's pretty strong, especially early on. Or you can build a raft and you can cross this river. So this fucker's going to pick up the Holy Lance because he is good. So the pirate now has the Holy Lance, which is a big advantage. Remember, this Holy Lance adds 1 to his strength during battle and 3 against dragons. The witch is interesting. He's going to lose a life unless he spends a fate. And he's going to take the life. Okay, so let's go kill this goblin. Because we are good at killing strength. We have our sword. We can continue. We can assassinate. And we can auto kill. Because he has no chance of beating us. We automatically get him as a trophy. He shows up now and we'll be able to trade him in for experience later if we need to. So here's a quick 2 experience for us. Now we need to kill 5 more strength creatures, or 5 more creatures of 5 or more strength, and then we can trade that in for. We can level up our strength to 4 here. Priest wins. Cross. He's good, so he picks up he's got the Holy Lance and the cross. This is the nicest, most holy fucking pirate ever. And the druid is going to pick up on the enchanter here. He will... Wow, is he going to cast destruction on the enchanter? That's interesting. He wants to get rid of the enchanter, I guess. He does not want people taking advantage of that. Oh, and he encounters the devil, which is bad because he's neutral. Shit's going pretty fast. I'm trying to keep up here. I've played this game so many fucking times that I feel like a commentator. So I could try to assassinate the sentinel and go across, but that's probably not a good idea. The witch... Oh, this is the stranger. So this isn't a bad deal. We want to go here, and we want to go for a 3, 4, 5. Let's try it. Ooh. I'm actually going to use my fate and go for a 3. That gives me a +1 strength. That worked out really good. You're going to see that 3 go to a 4. So that just got me a lot stronger. Alright, continuing on. Priest is moving to the Enchantress, and he is going to gamble. He wants a 4, 5, or 6. He gets a 3 and loses a craft. Will he use a fate? No. You can't lose under your base craft, so that is why he did not lose anything. You can only lose... Oh, shit. He's found a dragon, and he has the Holy Lance, so he's going to get a +3 because he is fighting a dragon. So he's already at a 7. He's at a tie. He rolls a shitty fucking 1, and the dragon rolls a 5. He is fucked! He is fucked! The dragon burns his dick off, and he uses a fate to roll a 3. Dragon eats his little cock. Fuck you, pirate. Even with the Holy Lance, he loses. The druid is going to go visit the healer. And he's going to heal. That is the #1 fucking thing the AI will do. So you don't want to go here because if you're evil, you lose a life. We're going to go here and gamble. And we're going to hope for a 5 or a 6 at the Mystic. Now we could spend gold. We have the axe, but we could get the helmet. The helmet's good for protecting us against attacks. But I think I'm going to go ahead and gamble. We're just going to go balls out on this game. 5, we're going to gain a craft. Boom! You're going to see that 3 go to a 4. That's huge. Now we're going to try to make our way to this fucking Wraith and try to take Solomon's crown. I think the speed is good. The priest, ooh, he got the maiden. The maiden is a follower that's going to give him +2 to his craft. It brings him up to a 6. That's a great card to get. The pirate is going to the woods, and he's going to get a fairy. He's a good character, so it's going to grant him... let's see. The first good character landing here, she will grant one of the following. Spell, gold, strength, craft, life, or fate. I mean... what is he going to take? I don't understand. She's a follower. Then vanish. Okay. Not sure what's going on there. It should have fucking automatically... he's good. The starting alignment was evil. Anyways, let's make our way to the forest. Give us some good shit. Hey! Got another craft. That's going to help out a lot. Getting super lucky on the dice rolls. Super, super lucky. The prince, he can give you 2 lives. The castle's over here. You got to actually take the prince to the castle in the inner region here. The middle region. To collect. The unicorn is dope. Gives you +1 strength and +1 craft. That's a good follower to get. Everyone's getting some good power-ups. And the druid picks up a talisman. You have to have a talisman to beat the game. You cannot get to the Crown of Command without a talisman. However, it is very early in the game to get a talisman, so that's going to make him a target. People are going to want to beat the fuck out of him for getting that talisman. So we can go to the graveyard. We can replenish our fate. Or we can go to the tavern, which isn't that great either. And I haven't used any of my fate. Have I? My fate is 3. Okay. I guess I've been drinking too much. So we'll go there. We continue, and we'll replenish our fate. Bring that back up to 3. That's always good. I guess I did roll it on accident and didn't even notice. That's okay. The Poltergeist. Oh, it's so much better that you got that than I did. The Poltergeist is a motherfucker. So check this guy out. The Poltergeist I don't know why it's not letting me look at this. It basically will follow him around. He's got to cross the river. He's got to cross a bridge of some sort. There it is. So it attaches itself to you, and you can only take 1 space per turn. And he's got to cross the river either by bridge, raft, or ferry. So you can see you have these little bridges here between the town, the city, or the Sentinel. He's got to cross over water, basically. He's fucked. He's going to only be able to move 1 space. It is a terrible card to draw. The Poltergeist is like getting your dick bit off. It's a terrible fucking card. She's a 4 and I'm a 5. You know what? The Witch is always good to go to. She's a good gamble card, folks. 3, 4, 5. You just don't want to roll a 1. But if you got Fate, it's all good. Come on, baby. 2. Lose a life. How do we do the reroll? 3. Even better. Another strength. Boom shakalaka, baby. We got that 5 fucking strength. I think I just won something on eBay. Maybe not. Fuck if I know. Anyways, good turn. The Assassin with a 5-5, the Priest with a 2-6, the Power with a 5-3, and the Priest just picked up a Talisman? So the Priest has a Talisman, the Druid has a Talisman, and we just have a sword. But you can see we got the 2-2 cones. Okay, here we go. 1. Let's go get our Fate back. Fuck it. Fate is crazy important. You want to always have your Fate. No doubt about it. Keep your Fate up, folks. Gonna grab that gold. And he got the raft. It lets him cross the river at any point. He's actually going to go to the inner region, and he's going to get a Warlock quest. The Warlock Cave basically gives you a quest, and if you complete it, you get a talisman from the Warlock. So he has to kill an enemy. I think that can be us or a creature. He's rolling. He's going to gain a spell for the Druid. However, the Druid is at max spells, so I don't think he can get any more. We want to make our way to Solomon's Crown here. So we're going to go here. And we're actually going to... We're going to roll the die here with the Mystic and get a 4. That makes us good. Let's roll the dice. 2, ignored. Okay. So that time, nothing good happened. We could have became a good assassin, which Meh. Why? The good part about becoming a good assassin was we could come and try to fight the pirate and steal his holy lance. A lot of followers seem to be more geared toward good characters. The priest wins against the hobgoblin, and you'll see he picks up that hobgoblin card as a strength card. The sorcerer will sell you spells. The ghost. The ghost materializes and you immediately roll a dice and he's going to go to the graveyard. So he's going to end up right here. Right where I go get my fate. So I could go fuck with a ghost. Or I could get closer to... Oh man, I really don't like the forest. I'm gonna go fuck with a ghost. And fight him. He's a craft 4 and I'm a 5. Let's encounter him and hope that we can beat him. It's all about the dice. Oh, that's not a good roll. I beat him by... No, I didn't. He's an 8. I'm gonna... Oops, I meant to re-roll, but I lost. So he is going to end up taking a health. Not a big deal. We need to get rid of that ghost, though, because he's kind of cock-blocking the graveyard. Pestilence! Alright, everyone's going to lose a life. It's going to bring me to 2, the priest to 4, the pirate to 3, the druid to 3. It actually affects me negatively the most. I need to be careful. We definitely don't want to lose our character because then you have to pick a new character and you start over. The game continues. Obviously you want to visit the healer, which is what the AI is going to do. The AI only knows to heal. That is their favorite fucking thing to do. They're the biggest pussies in the world. This boar is going to be an automatic assassination. But it's only going to bring me to 3. I still need 4 to kill it, to get another cone. Which will be huge, because that'll bring us to 6 strength. But, anyways, the boar is dead. Shield's awesome. You can block damage on a 5 or a 6 roll when you get attacked. The armor's even better. You can block damage on a 4, 5, 6, and the helmet lets you block on a 6. The amulet is a good item to have. It blocks all spells being cast against you, but you cannot cast spells. So it's kind of a double-edged blade. A lot of gold being handed out this game. Okay, we're going to roll the dice and hope for a 3. Okay, here we go, folks. This is big. We gotta beat this. We gotta beat this wraith. We need to beat this wraith. Come on. Fuck, man. We need bigger than that. Okay, we beat him. He's gonna get an 8. That's gonna give us his card as a 5. And that's also gonna give us the crown, which brings us to a 7 craft. That's a big fucking move for us. Now, granted, the assassin is a character that is big on strength, but there is nothing wrong with having a high craft. We are fighting a priest and a druid in this game. Having a high craft keeps them off of our ball sack. You can see we actually have the highest craft out of all the characters here, and so the priest and the druid will think fucking twice before fucking with us. There's a very good chance that we will go to the end of the game down the craft path. So once you get here to this portal of power, this side of the map will lead you down the craft victory, and this other side here on the top will lead you down the strength, where you can see you have to fight the Grim Reaper. This is werewolves. Down here you fight vampires and shit. Lemire is a pussy. He will run. Oh, he's dead as fuck. 10 versus 7. Very easy creature to beat, but he's only worth 1 craft. So, not a big victory. So, let's go over what we have here. We have a goblin. He's worth 2, and the boar is worth 1. So, again, you need 7 total of strength or craft to level in strength or craft. So, we have 3 here. We could trade in, but we need 4 more. 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we have 5 in craft, so we need 2, another 2 craft creature to trade in for craft. So we're looking for either or. We want to level both, so we can go to 6 and 8. But if we get a 2 craft creature, we will be able to cone up to fucking 8 craft, which is huge. It's very nice having Solomon's Crown as well. One of our 2 items here. Very good pickup by me. We do need to watch our health. Fuck, that puts me back in the forest. we could take a big risk and go for another 6. It'd be huge if we rolled that 6. We could gamble. You know what? I'm gonna go for it. So we're gonna fate, and we got a 1, which means we're gonna be attacked by a brigand. We're gonna beat the brigand's ass because we're an assassin, so he has no chance of beating us. However, we're down to 1 fate, which means we need to get back to this graveyard. Excuse me. And we need to heal. We're pretty vulnerable right now. Okay, so the Phantom is good for us.